That's a no.
Hopefully not. Right?
Yeah, right. If there is, we're all in trouble.
Yeah.
ESPN Central Texas.
All right, have a great
Thank you.
show.
All right.
To the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's show is broadcast live.
What year is this for you?
Country Store and Barbecue.
Fifth?
And brought to you by Central
flying.
National
Yeah.
Bank, your leading independent bank. Texas Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. TFNB, your bank for life. The official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. HEB, the official grocer of Baylor Athletics. Proudly serving Texans since 1905. Rhoades Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Norris.
And hi and welcome. It is our inaugural Baylor Coaches Show for the new school year. We are glad you are with us. We are presented by Central National Bank, and we are back live at Rhoades. And we have a tremendous crowd here for the first show of the new school year. Folks, give yourselves a hand. And thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate it. Really nice here at Rhoades on the Circle in Waco. Our leadoff guest this evening, folks, join me in welcoming Baylor's cross-country coach, David Barnett is with us. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
Whoa! How about that?
I know.
I think you kind of you got a built-in crowd here.
Hopefully.
That's
hopefully.
good. Yeah. Which is good. Glad you're here. Thank you very
Thanks so
much.
much.
And thanks for helping us kick off the new year.
Yeah.
How are things going for you? Your first competition comes up on September 5th.
It's going well. Most people are healthy and been training well. We got a good group of returners, and then some newcomers that are going to add to the mix. So it's been a good year so far.
Very good.
Yeah.
The start date, September 5th, your first meet, we were talking, and it seems a little later than normal, and it is, but you've got a good reason for that.
We're taking an extra week just to kind of see what's what with the roster. You know, with the roster limits coming up this year, it's the new normal in the NCAA, so we want to make sure we have all the right people before we solidify those rosters.
Yeah. Explain to everyone here and our listeners and our viewers, we're on the Baylor Athletics YouTube channel also, explain the roster limits and how that impacts you.
So in the past, you could have as many as you wanted to a certain extent. You just had to balance out for Title IX purposes, but now they've given you specific numbers as far as limits, so you just have to fit within those numbers. And so, it's the new normal for everybody. You know, it creates a sense of urgency for everyone, but, overall, we're going to have a good product.
Good. Has that been a big change for you with those roster limits?
I think it's a bigger change on the men's side than the women's side, but we've been able to manage it, and I'm excited to see how it shakes out.
Good. Tell us about the makeup of your team. First, the women's team, which is here in force tonight. Tell us about the makeup of the women's team.
The women's team is a lot of young people, but we have a good diverse group. We have people from Texas, people from outside the state, people from outside the country. Most of the people on the team are going to be freshmen or sophomores. But we have a couple transfers that are going to be really, really quality people, too. So it's going to be a really fun team.
Nice. Very good. How about the men's team? What's it look like?
Same. We had a lot of guys that are freshmen and sophomores, but we have several juniors as well. Last year we were pretty young, but this year we have some returners that have really made big jumps on the track. And so we're expecting them to make the same jumps in cross country. So I'd say the men's group is probably going to be a little bit closer together, and then the women's side, with Ruth coming back, is going to have that front runner to kind of lead the charge.
Good. How much of a crossover is there? Track, cross country, distance races, 5,000, 10,000, probably some of your...
Yeah, a lot of similarities. At the end of the day, if you're going to do a good 8K for the men, running a good 5K on the track is always a big deal.
Okay.
For the women, doing a 6K in cross country, the faster you can run a 5K on the track. It all works together.
Yeah.
You have to balance it out because they go year-round, cross country, indoor, outdoor. But coming into cross country, it's exciting because you've just been training for a few months. We try and take that positive momentum from track whenever it works out that way.
Yeah, very good. You're coming out of the summer, and you got a meet coming up in about 2 weeks. What's the build up to that? And I mean, they never really get out of the routine of running, do they?
Yeah, ideally not. That's the
right.
goal. No, they're right now. They're still training pretty hard. We'll just kind of train through these first competitions. We won't really back off. We'll keep their weekly mileage about the same. The workouts will be difficult, and then they'll just have to recover the best they can and manage in these first couple races. But it's nothing they're not used to, because at the end of the day, we just have to be ready for championship season, because that's the priority.
Gotcha. So the regular season just sort of gears up for championship season.
Yep, correct.
Good. And through the summer, are a lot of your student athletes here in Waco, or do they sort of disperse and then come back?
Most of them disperse. We have a couple locals that stay obviously around, and we have some people taking summer school, but the majority go off and do different things, which I think is important to kind of go home, go different places, unplug, recharge, come back at fresh, ready to go.
Good. And do you send them home or wherever they go with a workout schedule, or do you leave that up to them?
A little bit of both. I mean, I ask them to build up, and then once they build up, I send them some workouts, and it's all kind of recommended. Some people have different situations where they can and can't do it, but as long as they come back fit, at the end of the day, that's the name of the game. So.
Gotcha. Very good. All right, the first meet, as we mentioned, comes up on September 5th, and it is, and I'm looking for the exact title of that. I should know this, Jerry Hill, but it's the Gerald Ritchie UTA Invitational in Arlington. Jerry Hill, our friend Jerry Hill, y'all know Jerry, longtime Baylor Athletic Communications. He ran at UTA. His coach was Gerald Ritchie, and now this is a meet that's named after him. That's really cool. That is great.
Definitely a small world,
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. So that's the first one you're gearing up for. That is September 5th, the Gerald Ritchie UTA Invitational in Arlington. Yep. What's the field look like?
It'll be a little bit of a mixture. You'll have a couple teams from the Big 12, a couple mid-major teams, a little bit of everybody, but it'll be good. Just kind of start off. They're doing the 5K racing distance, a little bit shorter, and then from that point on we'll be racing championship distances. But it'll be an early morning race, and it'll be good to kind of go up there close by, then come back and get back to training.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
All right, September 5th is the opener. All right, we are underway with our Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. We are live at Rhoades. Thanks to Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. We'll take a break and be back with more with Coach David Barnett right after this. You got your whole teams here.
Yeah.
At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking.
I think it's pretty wild with the Auburn game winding up.
Yeah, it is. It's great, though. I mean, there's such a build-up.
Do you know Andy Burcham?
Yeah, you know Andy?
Yeah, he sent me a letter the other day, like a text, because my birthday. He sent me a happy birthday.
Nice,
Yeah, we used to do a radio show every week.
That's great.
Yeah.
Andy's a great guy.
Yeah, he is.
Will you be able to see him when they're here? Okay.
Hopefully. They'll be kind of TBD.
Yeah.
I'll be able to see the football SID.
Okay.
And some other people, but I don't know about Andy. Andy's kind of in the thick of it all.
Were you at Auburn right before here? Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Yeah, I'd forgotten that.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, we'll get a picture together and we'll send
Of course,
it to Andy.
yeah. That'll be good, man. Yeah, that'll be good. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
So.
Did you know Rod before him?
A little bit. I didn't know him as well
Gotcha.
because I didn't do a show with him, but I knew him to say hello.
Right.
So obviously, he was a great guy. And everything.
Yeah. Such a sad story.
Man, just I vividly remember that day. Shocking.
I bet.
Gosh.
Oh, can't imagine.
Especially growing up an Auburn fan and going to Auburn, it's just like he was just like that guy.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. 30 seconds. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics. Arlington High. Gotcha. Details. All right, questions. If y'all have questions, put them on that card and get them up here. Hey, y'all should have some good questions for him, okay? Put them down and send them up to us. Now, does Aaliyah work with you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be her first cross-country season, but she came in January.
Back live from Rhoades on the Circle in Waco. It is the Baylor Coaches Show presented by Central National Bank. How great to be back at Rhoades and a great crowd here tonight. And, folks, let's all say thanks to Scott Floyd, one of the managing partners here. Scott, thank you very much. We appreciate your hospitality again tonight and all season. Great partner in Rhoades. So great to be here, and we continue with Coach David Barnett, Baylor cross country. We'll take questions from the audience also. So, folks, if you need a card, raise your hand. We'll get you one of those or fill it out and then get it up to us, and we'll get those in front of Coach Barnett here. We were talking, again, during the break. I had forgotten this, but you reminded me you were at Auburn before here.
Yep.
And you went to Auburn. That's
Correct.
Your alma mater.
Correct, yep.
And who do we play in our football season opener this year?
Auburn.
That would
Yep.
be the Auburn Tigers coming to town.
Yep.
You still know some people from there?
Yeah,
I bet
a lot
you
of good
do.
friends and
Yeah.
such. Yeah, it's
That'll be
great.
great.
Yeah, so
That'll be
it'll
great.
be cool to catch up with some folks.
Yeah. Well, bring them in here, and I hope Baylor ends the night with a win over the Auburn Tigers.
Of course, right.
What a big season opener. That'll be
Oh,
great.
yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's always, in any sport, it's nice to see some fresh faces and mix it up early. So.
Yeah. Tough opener for sure, but I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be good coming up. And we got some questions from the audience for you. Coach, you ready for these?
Yep.
All right. First, this is from Mike. Is it Patuski? Is that right? All right. Mike Patuski says, will college athletes begin at some point to see less transitory behavior by the athletes? Good question.
I think so. I think things are going to settle down. Things go one way or the other, and people do things just because they can sometimes,
Yeah.
But I think by and large, it's coming back to the middle, and it'll be more normal sooner than later. So, of course, I'm an optimist, but I think it's going to be pretty good.
That's good. How much transfers and transfer portal, all of that, do you see in your sport?
A lot.
Do you?
We see a lot. I mean, by and large, it's mostly grad transfers that I see. But that's just part of the new normal. So
Good. We have seen through the years that Baylor is a place and a school that's sometimes folks may go somewhere else for other reasons, but then they come back to Baylor.
Correct,
Or have you seen that?
a lot.
Have you?
Not always even in my event group, but I mean, we've seen a lot of people come and go and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
I've been pretty fortunate though. I haven't had many transfers. So I think when people pick Baylor, usually they pick Baylor for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And it's not like a 4-year decision. It's really like the long term. So
Gotcha.
been pretty fortunate.
If you're approached by someone wanting to transfer here, what's kind of the process you go through to make sure you want them here and it's a good
Right.
fit for them also?
Well, first off, make sure they're in the transfer portal.
Yeah,
You don't want to become
right.
a cautionary tale. But, basically just you want to know why they want to transfer because there's no perfect place. You want to make sure that academically they have a goal because if you're only here to run, then you're probably not going to be at your best. You're going to make it too much and really just find people that have a well-balanced life. Academically, they know what they want to do, and they just want to be a part of something bigger than themselves.
Good. Very good. That's great. Very well thought out. Mike, thanks for the question. Appreciate it. Bob Barrett is here. Bob, back from where? Alaska? Is that right? All right. Back in the heat of I can't hear you. Back in the heat of Central Texas. Okay, this is a great question. Do you think there are some prospects for your cross-country team in the audience tonight?
Potentially. I think eligibility might be an issue. I'd love to have Aaliyah Miller back for a couple more seasons.
Oh,
of
wouldn't
course,
that be nice?
so,
Yeah, Leah. She would be the leading candidate
Of
right
course,
there.
of course.
No eligibility left? Can we find another semester even
Yeah.
for you? Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
All right. But other than that, and your girls and your guys,
Right.
everybody else, Dave will call you. You don't call him, okay? Bob, he'll call you.
Yep.
All right. Very good. Good question. Roy asked, Roy is right here. Roy Evans, has cross-country been affected by NIL?
It has. I mean, I think by and large, it's really hard to tell what's truth and what's fiction sometimes. But there's definitely a few programs that are leaning into that and passing it around. But I think most people in our sport are they're happy to be able to go out there and run and compete and whatnot. So we'll see what the future holds. I think on the front end, there's a lot of people getting involved with stuff like that. But like I said, I think most of these things are going to settle down over the next couple of years. So
Yeah. Do you see it starting to settle down?
I mean, it's like I said, it's hard to say exactly what's going
Yeah.
on. People talk a lot. I think it's starting to settle down. I think now that we have somewhat of some rules in place, a little bit more consistency amongst the different schools, I think it's starting to come together a little bit.
Yep, very good. All right, more room to settle for sure with the NIL. All right, here's some good questions, I think, from this table. So Rachel Halls asked, where's Rachel? All right, right there. Rachel asked if you could give this upcoming season a what? Oh, a color that you hope to see. What color would it be?
Oh,
and
Lord.
why? Is this
Man-
something
man
y'all
alive.
discussed before? A
No,
color?
no.
Oh, this is out of the blue.
This might be Stump the Coach.
Ah.
I guess I'll pick green.
Okay.
Because we're all Baylor,
Baylor
all the
green.
time. you
How
know,
about that?
so-
Rachel, is that good? Green? Green means go. Green means
Yep.
go fast. So there you go.
Exactly.
All right. Any follow-up, Rachel? Is that a good answer? Green is the color. Regina asked, where's Regina? Regina asked, what is Friday's workout? Any hints?
Oh,
This is a recurring theme also.
Yeah, the workout isn't important. The effort is what's important. So just show up on Friday morning. We'll be ready to go. So thank you for the question.
Okay, he didn't answer your question. What is so Fridays are different? Or Fridays?
No, I mean Fridays is our next workout day, and they always want to know ahead of time what we're
What
going to
it's
do.
gonna be.
But it's not always how it works. So it's not you, it's me.
And no hints. You're not giving any hints.
I gave them a hint at our last meeting.
Okay.
But you start off with hints, and then that's not good enough. They want the straight answers. So, but I appreciate them trying.
Okay. All right, good try. It is a recurring theme because our next question, which doesn't have anyone's name on it, says what mileage range to expect on Friday.
Oh, Lord. Probably 6 miles total.
There you go. There's a bit of an answer, 6 miles. Okay. And another question on this card. This will be a good one. Do you have any baby names? Give us some baby news.
Yeah, so my wife and I are having a baby in October.
She's right here. Welcome. Yes.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So we do have some baby names. I don't know if this is where I was planning on sharing the names, but I mean,
What better place?
I know. Well, his first name is going to be Benjamin.
Okay.
Yep.
And it is a he.
It is a he.
All right.
Yep.
Is that news? Is that breaking news?
That's breaking news.
Okay.
Yep.
And Benjamin.
Yep. Benjamin Bill.
All
After
right.
our fathers.
Oh, fantastic. That
Yep.
is great. Well, thanks for sharing with us, and congratulations. What's the date in October?
Well, October 24th, which is dangerously close to conference, but
Right.
we're leaving that up to the Lord.
Yes.
So.
Very good.
Yeah.
Conference like 31st, week away,
Yeah,
week
yeah.
after that or so?
Yeah, it's the 31st.
Yeah, okay. All right, very good.
Yep.
It'll all work out great. Easy for me to say.
What could go wrong?
Benjamin Bill.
Yep.
Barnett. Very good. The 3 Bs.
Yep.
All right, very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thanks for sharing
Yeah,
with
we're
us.
excited.
And glad you're here. Everything going well? Through the hot summer? Good deal. All right, great questions. We'll take a break. Back with more in a moment. Coach David Barnett on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Sorry to put you on the spot.
Well, you can't answer all of them, but
Yeah.
it's fine. So.
Well, I mean, with the baby name, you might not have wanted to said that yet.
I know, it's okay. The people that needed to know already knew, so it's fine. So.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's cool. It's exciting.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
So,
This is Cheryl's first?
yep.
Wow, great.
Yeah, it's exciting. So, but first on her side too. So, yep.
Really?
Yep. So.
Hey, Derek.
Urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple.
Do you know Kirk Sampson at Auburn? He's the SID for football.
I know that name.
He's been there forever.
Really?
Yeah.
I know that name.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've crossed paths at some point.
Yeah.
Presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
Ruth Camelli? Is it pronounced Camelli?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, she's the real deal.
Hey, Bobby, would you get a picture here, please? So we can send it to Andy Burcham.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey. Yeah. Yeah.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Glad you're with us. Our inaugural show of the year will be here each and every Wednesday through the fall. Let's give you the Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics health tip for the week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott and White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. We are brought to you by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Welcome to those of you in the back there at the table from Central National Bank. Glad to have you here, and we appreciate your partnership very, very much. We continue now with Coach David Barnett, Baylor cross-country coach. Let's look at your entire schedule. We said you open September 5th, the Gerald Ritchie UTA Invitational. And Jerry Hill, in the interest of making sure everything is factual, he ran for Coach Ritchie not at UTA but at Arlington High. So my mistake. Let's make that correction. But Jerry did run with or for Coach Gerald Ritchie. What's the rest of the schedule look like through the fall for you?
So the next race after that, we'll be heading up to Missouri for the Gans Creek Classic. We've been going there for a couple of years. They're hosting the national meet this year, so it'll be a good opportunity to get on the course for anybody that qualifies for nationals.
Good. And that is September 26th. You'll run down in College Station. Big 12 championships are in Lawrence, Kansas, October 31st.
Yep.
Right after the baby is born. And what's that course like? Have you been there to Lawrence?
I've been there several times. It's
okay.
an awesome course. It's a cross-country only course. It has just enough hills to keep things interesting, but not so much that you're going to be sore the next day. So we get a little bit cooler weather, obviously heading up to Kansas. So it's going to be exciting.
Very good. And then the NCAA South Central Regional in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The NCAA Championships back in Columbia, Missouri. Good look at the schedule for your team this year. On the women's side, how about Ruth Camelli? What a great year she had last year.
No, she did awesome. I mean, anytime you can qualify for nationals in 2 of the 3 sports, you're doing something right, So it's been really cool to see her progress over the last year. And, we're excited to see what she can do this fall.
Good. And what year is Ruth this year?
She's a sophomore.
Just a sophomore.
Yep.
Okay.
Last year was
Very
her
good.
freshman year.
And then on the men's side, Jack Sterrett, I know a Midway product, local guy.
Yep, local guy, yeah. Jack had a great freshman year. He did some good things on the track. He's had a good summer, and we're excited to see him make that next step this fall.
All right, very good. When we say it a lot, Big 12 is the best in the country in certain things. When we say the Big 12 is the best cross-country conference in the country, I mean, that's pretty factual, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we have the top 2 teams at nationals on the women's side in the conference. That 2 others were in the top 15. On the men's side, 3 of the top 5 teams in the country were in our conference. But, at the end of the day, it's the way you want it because then you get measured at the conference level, and you know that if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So,
yeah, last year BYU and Iowa State 1 and 2 in the NCAA championships. Oklahoma State was 8th. Colorado was 19th. On the women's side, BYU and West Virginia were 1 and 2. And Utah was 19th. Oklahoma State was 27th. So that is tough competition, really up and down the Big 12.
Yeah, but it's exciting. Like I said, you want to be relevant when you're in any sport, and there's nowhere better to be than the Big 12 right now. So it's pretty exciting. Good.
What have you seen with the addition of the new schools in the Big 12 the last few years?
You have several schools that are more distance-focused, a lot of the new schools coming in, coming from different parts of the country. Some of them train at altitude, like Colorado, Utah, BYU. Sometimes it's an advantage for people, sometimes it's not, but it definitely mixes things up. But by and large, it's been kind of cool to see some fresh faces and see some new places and stuff like that. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, very good. And obviously BYU, a relative newcomer, and they're just outstanding. I mean, they're number 1 in the nation, men's and women's.
Yeah, I mean, they've been winning national titles for a while now. At the end of the day, it's cool to see teams like that, but then we're trying to kind of continue to build up every single year, get closer and closer, because on the day, you still have to run the race.
Yeah.
So no matter how much history you have, you still have to do it on the day.
What they train at altitude, and some of those other schools do also. What's the advantage that you get possibly by training in this heat in Texas?
Well, I like to call it the poor man's altitude. You get a lot of the same benefits,
Right.
You really just have to kind of balance out the heat and think to yourself, hey, if we're running 7-minute pace, the effort's probably closer to 650, something like that. So, but I can tell you, as the season progresses and it gets cooler and cooler, you magically get fitter, and I magically become a better coach. So you always have something to look forward to at the end of the season. So,
Right,
yeah.
That's true. A normal, the girls somewhere asking about it with the Friday workout this week. What is a normal workout this time of year as you're headed into the season?
I mean, we're trying to hit both ends of the spectrum. You know, you want to run obviously fast stuff because you're not trying to, walk in the races, but you can't do too much too soon. So trying to find a balance. I mean, right now they'll have workouts that are kind of race pace and a little bit slower than race pace, and then every once in a while we'll sprinkle in something faster than race pace. Once we get past the first meet, that's really when you'll crank things up and more things will be at or faster than race pace.
I got you. And are these mostly early morning workouts?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's the best time, isn't it?
Everything's at 6 a.m. for the most part right now.
Gotcha.
So don't have to worry about class schedules and much cooler in the morning and just keeps things simple.
Gotcha. A little bit cooler, not much.
Correct, yeah. It's all
but
relative.
a little bit cooler,
Yeah.
That's for sure. All right, as you so football versus Auburn, we talked about that. That's on a Friday night, so they've got their schedule kind of backed up to be ready to go on a Friday. Like today's practice was a Thursday practice, even
Right.
though it's Wednesday. Do you kind of back schedule practice, as you get closer to the meet? Meaning, do you gear up, and then when do you gear down, and what's that like?
I don't really gear down at all this
You
time of
don't?
year.
Uh-huh.
We're just going to have to get through it. And then, but once we get past the first couple meets, then we'll get a little bit more philosophical about what we're doing and when we're doing and everything. And we have great support in the weight room. They do the same thing. Kind of work through the first couple meets, and then in October we finesse it a little bit more and give them a little bit more what they want.
Gotcha. Tell us about your support staff, academics, strength and conditioning,
Yeah.
and those folks.
Yeah, we're really fortunate, really blessed. One of the reasons I came to Baylor is because I feel like across the board we could be at a championship level in everything we do. I don't ever have to wonder about what kind of support they're getting academically in the weight room. Otherwise, you can just let everyone do their jobs, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Baylor's really good in that area.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And if I remember right, academically, your teams, men and women, are always pretty high with
absolutely.
a team GPA.
Absolutely, yeah. They work really hard. Just like anything else, when you make it look easy, you probably don't get the credit you deserve, But their priorities in order, they're all well-rounded, and they work really hard in the classroom as well.
Wow, that's good. I can remember from the Golden Bruisers, your team right up there as far as the highest team GPAs.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's really good.
It's really cool.
All right, very good. All right, so September 5th is the opener, the Gerald Ritchie UTA Invitational. Practice continues. No home meet.
Nope.
Is that something you'd like to get back to at some point in the future?
It honestly just depends on the logistics. Whenever we're hosting football games, different things come into play. So I'm all for having a home meet again. It just has to line up with the logistics and resources.
Gotcha. And would that be at Cottonwood Creek if you did host?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
At Cottonwood Creek?
I think Cottonwood's the place to be.
Yeah, because the NCAA regionals, when we've hosted those,
Correct.
that's the course.
It's a great course. You got a lot of hills and whatnot, and it's a lot of great opportunities there.
All right, very good. All right, we're going to let you go, and we appreciate you being with
Thanks
us
so
tonight.
much.
And good luck. Thank you all for being here
Great to be
tonight.
here.
Good questions for Coach.
Thank
Coach
you.
David Barnett, Baylor cross country, leading off this evening.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with more live from Rhoades on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles. Visit our service department or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on two wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco.
All right, here's what we're going to do, Aaron. Mack's not here yet, so we'll come back, give an upcoming schedule, and then get a break, hit another break pretty quick. So we'll have more time with him.
Man, that guy just seems to show up anytime.
That guy.
Yeah, sure. Join the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone. At Central National Bank, we provide Central Texans with a different kind of banking. We believe in people over processes, listening over telling, and helping our customers over helping ourselves. Come to Central National Bank and experience the difference. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
Boom.
Proud partner of
Moving
Baylor
it away.
Athletics.
Moving it away.
Hey, Baylor fans, game day experiences for the 2025 football season are on sale now.
Is he here?
Fans can purchase exclusive
Yeah.
experiences
Sure,
online,
is Brent gonna
including
okay that?
on-field photos,
Right,
sideline access
right.
during warm-ups, tunnel access during the team runout, an in-game radio booth experience with the
Not
Voice
even
of the
that.
Bears, a birthday bash, and much more. There is limited availability per game, so purchase your experience today at BaylorBears.com/group experiences.
Nick's
to lock
mic was
in
really
your
low,
one-of-a-kind game day
but I bumped it up.
experience
Nick's
today.
mic was really low.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back with us on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. We are here at Rhoades. Rhoades, a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rhoades or Rhoades.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rhoades signature sauce. Don't forget, Rhoades serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. And folks, right on cue, look at the timing of this guy. Join me in welcoming Baylor's Director of Athletics, Mack Rhoades, joining us here on the Baylor Coaches Show. I mean, could not have timed it any better. Oh, you're good. You are good.
It's been a day.
You've had a few of those here lately,
Yeah,
haven't you?
absolutely.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate your time. You want something to drink?
Glass of water would be great.
Okay, that'd be water, tea, something like that is what I'm offering here on the air. But we'll get you that. Welcome to you. Thanks. Just another normal, busy day for you, right?
Yeah, just another day. You know, this is obviously a really exciting time of year. So we've got fall sports going on. I know you talked to Coach Barnett. So, yeah, it's great energy on campus.
How about soccer and volleyball are also going or getting ready to begin their seasons?
Yeah, you know, I think both Ryan and Michelle are really excited about their teams for different reasons. You know, women's soccer went to Texas A&M and played them in a draw. Traditionally, Texas A&M is a really, really difficult place to play, and they're usually a postseason team. They're really, really good. So I thought that was a great outcome for us. And then now they're off to Montana to play and to compete. I think they're going to play 2 there and compete in a little bit cooler weather. And then volleyball is off to College Station.
Yeah.
So exciting few days for both of the programs.
Football 9 days away from kickoff. Are you feeling the same thing that I'm feeling? There is a lot of excitement about this season and this season opener.
Yeah, there really, really is, and I'm certainly feeling it. Like, I can't wait. Like, these 9 days are just kind of dripping by, and so what an unbelievable opportunity, you know, to open up our season with an SEC opponent. I think the first ever in McLean Stadium, you know, national TV, Big Fox. By the way, RG3 right there in the house, and you know it's going to be doing the game, and so there's just a lot of fun things, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I don't know about our players, but I'm ready. Let's go.
And it just keeps building, like the announcement earlier this week, which was very well crafted, about the chrome helmets coming back. Isn't that great?
Man, how many of you out there love the gold chrome helmets?
I
Man,
do.
it has been. Like
Harper does.
So it's, you know, to see the excitement of our fans, it makes all of us in the athletic department excited to just see that. And you know, new helmets, new uniforms just don't happen overnight. I mean, that's a year in advance, et cetera, and it just took a lot of hard work, you know, by a lot of different people. And certainly Jovan leading the charge, but just our external staff, Chris Park, all of them, and so I'm excited about it. Can't wait to see them run out of the tunnel, you know, Friday night in the gold chrome helmets, and you know, I think about it in a different way. It really that gold chrome helmet connects just the success of you know, our different eras of football, and it's got, you know, all generations of former players talking and coming together, and so, you know, that's really, really cool to see, and they're fun. You know, they're high energy, they're fun, and you know, sometimes, as you know, in this new world of college football and college athletics, man, we forget that it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
and so those bring some fun back. And I think when our fans remember some of the uniforms of the past and the helmets, they think of fun and certainly energy. And so it's been a great response and excited about it.
The reveal that Bryce Petty kind of led the charge, and Bryce was, of course, quarterbacking when we won back-to-back Big 12 championships, and they were wearing those chrome helmets and the black uniforms, quite a bit. That reveal was just so well done.
Yeah, it really was. And, again, a lot of work put into that, and, that just doesn't happen overnight. And so some great intentionality about it. And, I know that Bryce and several other former players really, again, excited. So
love it.
Good deal.
Just when you think, oh, man, that's so much for one night, there was an announcement that came today about a drone show at the end of halftime of that Auburn game.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's going to be warm, but we have to pray for calm winds, okay? Because I've seen too many drone shows canceled because of high winds. So that will be really cool to see, and that's something new, for Baylor, and to unveil that at halftime, and excited about that. So
yeah. Man.
There's not much I'm not excited about, if you can't tell.
There is a lot to be excited about. Let me let you catch your breath. We'll take a break. Back with more. Mack Rhoades with us, Baylor's athletic director and the chairman of the CFP this year. We'll talk about that and plenty more with Mack when we come back on the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Sorry to throw you in right as you walked in. I was just going to take another break. Then I saw you.
I'm glad I made it on, so I didn't mess up your break.
I could have handled it.
I'll be right back, John.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Where are you going next, brother?
Let's talk. I want to just ask you about football in general.
Okay.
Feeling about this, and that might lead into CFP.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah.
With on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for
You want something to eat? We can order it.
No,
Get it ready for you.
I'm good. So I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
How's your summer been?
It was good. It was different. I went to Germany. So
Did
that
you
was
enjoy
10
that?
days. It was good. I was glad to be there, get to know the new guys and everything.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Good group of kids.
Right. That's different. That takes 10 days out of your summer,
Yeah, I mean, I'm encouraged.
I am too.
I think we got some guys that got a chip on their shoulder. I think we've got some toughness about us.
Yeah.
I think Coach Hunter that's been a home run.
Yeah.
You would have liked to have Michael and Tunde and Jocelyn be there, but those are three starters that we played throughout without, and I like it.
Played pretty well. I mean, except for the fourth quarter against Brazil, played really well.
Yeah, no doubt.
There he is.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And welcome back live from Rhoades for the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Really pleased and honored to have Mack Rhoades with us tonight, our inaugural show of the year. Mack, Baylor's Vice President and Director of Athletics and Chairman this year of the CFP. You've been on the committee. Now stepping up in the chairman's role. What does that mean, taking on that added responsibility?
It means I'm not very smart. No, it's I've said it before, and I'm going to continue to say it because it's true. This is really a we honor, and it's a reflection of just what people think of Baylor nationally, and certainly an unbelievable honor for the commissioners to vote that and support that and want me to serve as chair, and so I'm looking forward to it. And it's like everything else in college athletics, just an interesting time. And if you're following out in the media, all kinds of different conversations and opinions on where the format goes. New format. Obviously, we went from 4 to 12 last year was the was the first year in terms of 12 already. We're changing in terms of how we seed teams, and a lot of, I think, great things on the horizon, and I'm honored to serve in that capacity.
It's a great honor. It really is, and you're very humble to share that with Baylor. But so on Tuesday nights, beginning first weekend in November, they'll have the show. They'll have the rankings, the poll reveal. We're going to see you on the air on Tuesday nights on ESPN.
Yeah, and I'm just hoping, praying that I don't do anything Tuesday night, okay, for people to talk about on Wednesday morning. So I'm going to try to limit that if I can.
That's kind of my philosophy also.
Yeah.
What about our team, your team, Baylor? What sense do you get from Coach Aranda and this team?
Yeah, so I had an opportunity to speak to the team yesterday, and one of the things I told them, in terms of the CFP process and voting, if Baylor ever comes up, I have to recuse myself, and so it's a great rule. It's the recusal policy, and it's for integrity reasons. And I just told the team, man, I hope you're making me get up and down out of my chair, and I'm having to recuse myself from some of those discussions. But I think we have the right room, and that's what I told the team yesterday. We've got the right group of young men, we've got the right coaches, we've got the right support staff. This is a group that can do special things this year. They've got all the tools. They got to go out and execute and do it, and trust the process. All of those things. Going into week 4, I know right now they're a little bit edgy. They're a little bit tired, cranky, which, quite frankly, I kind of like, and have a little bit of an attitude. And so I know here in the upcoming days, Dave's going to give them a little bit rest, and then really begin to focus on Auburn and implementing game plan, all of those things. And I can see it with Coach Aranda. He's got a quiet confidence. I think we'd rather probably be under the radar rather than a lot of different people talking about us. But I like it, and I think it's good for the program. And I expect us to have a really, really good year. Certainly, my thoughts, prayers are with Dawson. That was a tough loss. Not only, a really good football player, but an unbelievable young man. And by the way, we've got a roster full of just great young men. And, that's been Dave's message all along, right? I want you to be great football players, but more than that, I want you to be great men. Because great men, that lasts forever. Great football, you've got this window. Even those that play in the NFL and go to the Hall of Fame, that's just a small window. And so I like what we're doing. I'm excited, and I know Dave's excited. I know the staff's excited, and I expect us to be a really good football team this year.
Yeah. I do too. It's exciting to think about in the way he runs the program. You, as the AD, you've got to be pleased with that. But it's not just him. I mean, Dave Barnett and all the other coaches that we have in place and the way they run their particular programs.
Yeah, again, meeting with our head coaches, all of our head coaches yesterday, and that was one of my messages to them. This has been a really hard summer. Been a really, really the most difficult summer since I've been here because of all of the change and how it's impacted all of our head coaches in different ways. And I wouldn't do it with any other group. And I said this to him yesterday, man. I'm so grateful for them because they handled it like pros, right? Instead of pouting and not everybody got the same thing. Hey, we're gonna take what we have and we're gonna go make the most of it. We're gonna be smarter. We're gonna do it smarter. We're gonna work harder. All those things. And so, our coaches, all of our head coaches, just a great group.
Yeah, very good. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, if you don't mind, an update on the House settlement. It's only an hour show, so it'll be a brief update. But we'll get that and your questions from the audience. If you have questions for Coach Mack Rhoades, we'll get to those when we come back. It's the Baylor Coaches Show live from Rhoades, and we'll continue right after this. All right, Aaron, what time do we need to hit this last break? 55? No, that's too late, isn't it?
No, you can. I mean, I just have to.
Yeah, 55 would be good.
Yeah, 55 would be fine.
Okay.
I just got to be out by, I think, 57:40. So yeah, I mean, 55 would work.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
A bank in any town USA treats everyone like, well, anyone.
58.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
50, wait a minute.
I don't know how long the close is.
Eroded. Yeah, it's a minute 10. So yeah, 58:40 gets us out exactly.
Okay.
The experience.
So
Bank
55, 56 in North County, 55 in North County. Yeah.
member FDIC. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
The Baylor
It's too late today for more.
Gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles. Visit our service department or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today at Full Freedom on two wheels, Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sick 'em Bears. MCY Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco
Thank you.
year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official
One more segment.
optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
One more
Okay.
segment.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this.
However long we need to go. I'm ready.
Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Welcome back to the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. We continue with Mack Rhoades, Baylor's Vice President and Director of Athletics. Final segment with Mack, and I do want to touch on the House settlement, where things stand. But another bit of news that was just announced today, Baylor football will recognize Alex Foster with a helmet decal this year, which is so good. That young man left quite an impact on those that knew him. And you were sharing with me tragic news of Jason Baldridge also.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alex, and just really proud of our team, how they came together. And I think many people don't know, but maybe some don't, that the entire team flew to Mississippi and was there for the services. And I just know that meant so much to Jason's mom, to the family, and to that community. And our young men were terrific. And I'm glad, again, that we're remembering Alex, and we're always going to remember him as part of our family. And then Jason Baldridge, a recent, track and field student athlete, an elite track and field student athlete, an unbelievable young man, a leader within our department. He was on our student athlete advisory committee, the executive board, all of that, and tragically was battling, had some health issues, and that he battled and passed away on Monday. So certainly, our thoughts and prayers are with Jason's family, his spouse, and all of his family.
Yeah, thanks for saying that. That's where the Baylor family really shows how much of a family it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, give us an update. What can you tell us? What's going on with the House settlement and things settling around that? Are they settling?
Yeah, they're trying. And so, it really began July 1.
Yep.
And so on July 1, Baylor Athletics, along with most, I would say maybe all, Power 4 programs, began to share revenue with student athletes, $20.5 million annually. Mm-hmm. And so that's gone well. Grateful for my team. Did such a great job. We spent over a year planning. We've talked about all the different modeling and everything, and they've really done a great job of executing that at a high level. Again, a lot of work going on right now, certainly taking up a lot of my time in terms of federal legislation. We really need federal legislation to come along and be a backstop for the settlement. I'm a big believer, I've said this before, for the settlement to work and for it to be sustainable, we need federal legislation. Also in support of House settlement, the four conferences, Power 4 conferences, created the the College Sports Commission, and so they have really 3 responsibilities: management of the cap, making sure that nobody's going over the cap. NIL goes, so new NIL, everything has to filter through them, be approved. True business purpose, valid business purpose, fair range of compensation, no more pay for play. And then finally, the enforcement piece. And so hired a gentleman by the name of Brian Seeley to lead that, and he's just in the process of building that out. And so we need that entity to be really, really successful as well for the House settlement to work.
You've made that presentation a few times, haven't you?
I have.
You've got it down pretty well. Are we, would you say we're on the right path? We're not there yet, but we're on the right path.
Yeah, right now I would say that, I'm cautiously optimistic, and I think there's sincerity from the industry, and I think there's sincerity from the 4 commissioners that we have to make this work, because the path that we were on was not sustainable. Just can't keep that up, and not good for college athletics.
Yeah. All right, very good. A couple of questions from the audience. One relates to that. Bob Barrett asked, percentage chance that federal legislation will pass to support the House settlement. What would you say? What percentage?
So Bob, great question. Really hard for me to give you a percentage. We have 2 bills that have been introduced. We have one, through the House, and that's the SCORE Act. And, that bill has made it quite a long way. It's gotten through 2 committee markups. And, I think where we are right now, the Republicans were hoping that they would pull some Democrats onto the side. That did not happen. So it stayed bipartisan. And but it passed through the 2 committees. And so when the House reconvenes here in September, that's going to hit the floor. And so, again, 50-50, not sure. But it's the farthest that a bill has gone through the legislative process. And also harder for a bill to get through Congress starting the House versus starting in the Senate. And then, publicly, Senator Cruz, our own Senator Cruz, has his bill. And so I know that when they reconvene again in September, he's going to be hard at work there. We obviously have President Trump's executive order. I really thought personally that executive order did a great job of talking about the importance of college athletics in America in terms of developing leaders, in terms of our pipeline, in terms of our Olympic success, protection of non-revenue sports, protection of female sports. And so, where all of that goes, I think, we're waiting, and certainly Baylor has an active seat at the table in terms of shaping and forming that.
Gotcha. Very good. Good question, Bob. Thanks very much.
Great question.
Roy, right up here. Roy, ask, does Amy offer suggestions on the playoff situations? Who should be in the playoffs?
Amy has a lot of suggestions. Yes, she does. And what I do tell her, I had a coach, and he was in a post-game press conference, and some media were giving him suggestions, and he just looked at him. He said, hey, after the game, those do me no good, right?
Yeah, right.
So if you're going to give me suggestions, give me before the game. And so Amy does. Now, this is a true story. When we think about confidentiality and the CFP, we leave there Tuesday afternoon, and the entire committee knows the ranking, and the ranking doesn't come out until that evening.
Yeah.
And so we have an agreement. Nobody. So President Livingstone calls me and wants to know what the rankings are. President Livingstone, I am so sorry. I love serving you, but I can't tell you.
Oh, wow.
Amy, I love you, but I can't tell you. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool to know that ahead of time, and the committee takes it extremely seriously.
Yeah, very good. Good question, Roy. Thanks very much. All right, final thought, 30 seconds. The Boys from Oklahoma concert series.
Yeah.
They have taken over McLean Stadium for this weekend. Are you going to that concert?
Yeah, I'm just going to say it messed up my run today.
Yeah.
There's this perimeter fence,
Yeah.
and so it made my run about a quarter mile longer. But Yeah, that's what an exciting event to bring to the Waco community. 21 semis rolling
really?
in for the concert. Just great work by our university, by athletics. Our event management staff, the athletics event management staff, has put in an additional extra 300-plus hours.
Wow.
And not paid extra for that either.
Wow.
That's them doing their job and making sure that we deliver a great experience. But, it speaks to when campus athletics works together, we can do some really neat things and bring a great experience again to the community. I know that, at least up to now, the response from the participants, the promoters, all of that have been over the moon in terms of the cooperation that they've received from Baylor. So I'm excited about it. I don't know that I'm going to last until midnight or 1 a.m., but that'll be a really fun event.
Very cool. Great. Mack, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you as always, John.
All right, looking forward to getting football kicked off 9 days from today at McLean Stadium. Mack Rhoades with us. We'll take a break.
Thank you.
Be back and wrap things up right after this.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas, San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDS.
Are you ready for Baylor football? The Bears have an action-packed home schedule with premier matchups against Auburn, Kansas State, Utah, and defending conference champion Arizona State. We make the biggest impact in the States, so get your season tickets now. Purchase your tickets today at BaylorBears.com/tickets for your seat at a rockin' McLean Stadium. Sit the Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about Group Meals.
Last spot.
It's got all you need for the food you gotta feed. Smoked meat, side, and more.
How much time we have?
Got a minute after you.
Perfect, QB. Thank you.
Bridal shower, it's better than blood.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, a little over a minute.
Okay.
I'll walk you down.
Better than potluck at a church luncheon.
Next in line.
Call an order. Rhoades Group Meal.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back with just enough time to wrap things up on tonight's season inaugural edition of the Baylor Coaches Show, presented by Central National Bank. Harper Ingram was among the crowd here tonight. We appreciate Harper very, very much and appreciate everyone that was here tonight. And thanks to Central National Bank, your leading independent bank. Thanks to Coach David Barnett, cross-country coach, who was our first guest tonight, and then to Mack Rhoades, Baylor's Director of Athletics, making time in a, as you can imagine, very busy schedule to be with us for our inaugural show this evening. Next week, we'll be back next Wednesday. That'll be the 27th of August, and Michelle Leonard will be our guest, Baylor Soccer, and Dave Aranda will be here next Wednesday as well, leading into the first game of the season, which is 9 days away. It's August 29th at McLean Stadium. A blackout on the Brazos, Baylor and Auburn, with the chrome helmets, the anthracite uniforms, and the drone show coming up at halftime. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. From Rhoades on the Baylor Coach.